Hello and welcome to part 3 of my review of the HTC Touch from a user's perspective. I thought what we would do next is have a look at connecting the device up to an external Bluetooth GPS receiver. Now, this is the GPS Bluetooth receiver that I use. It's a Surfstar 3 chipset, so very good reception of satellites. But what we'll do is have a look at the HTC Touch settings to pair the device up, and also look at things such as COM ports. The first thing you'll have to do is to pair your Bluetooth receiver up with the HTC Touch, and follow the instructions that come with your receiver for that. But probably the easiest way to do it is just go straight into Bluetooth and select Add New Device, and it will start searching around for any Bluetooth devices that it has not yet connected with. Now, as you can see here, I've got at the top here BN806F, which is the reference number of the Bluetooth receiver, and that's already paired up there. And you can see there the display name, and it's connected by a Bluetooth serial port. Now, in order for the software that you use for GPS to be able to talk to the Bluetooth receiver, it requires a COM port. So if we click cancel there, and then at the bottom here click on COM ports, you will see here that I have associated the Bluetooth receiver with COM7. Now, I strongly recommend that if you're going to use a GPS Bluetooth receiver, you always use COM port 7 when you are actually connecting the two together. If there was no COM port set up, you just click on New Outgoing Port, choose which device you want the port for, and then choose your port number. The next thing to do is to set Windows up so it's configured to allow the program on your HTC Touch to find its way wirelessly to your GPS receiver. And the way it does that is if you go into Settings, go into System, and then select External GPS. You then have 3 options: Programs, Hardware and Access. Now, the way that this works seems to differ in success rates for different machines. I've had a Windows-based machine with this facility before, and the way I got another GPS receiver to work was different to the way I've done it on the HTC Touch, so I'll just show you what I've done here. First thing you'll notice, I've got the GPS program port set to COM7. You see it says here, choose the port the programs will use to obtain GPS data. So that's COM7. Under hardware, I've selected none. I have no COM ports associated with hardware at all. And under the Access tab, there's a box there which is unticked. It says Manage GPS automatically, and that's a recommended option. And frankly, I find that the Windows ability to manage that a bit flaky at the best of times, and I always get more success by switching that management facility off. So really, out of all of this, the most important thing is under Programs, you've got your GPS set to COM7. The next thing to do is to configure your GPS software, whatever software you're using, to talk to the Bluetooth receiver. This is TomTom as an example. I'm using a generic other Bluetooth GPS receiver. I'm telling it that's the type of receiver it's using, so I'm going to click select there. It tells you to establish a connection with or pair up the devices, which we've already done, so just click continue there. And on the list of available connectivity ports, if you remember, we're using COM7, and we've selected COM7, and as you can see, what we now have is a data signal coming from the Bluetooth receiver. We can see all the satellites here, quite a strong list of satellites. We can see the satellites in the overhead view there, and our GPS is properly connected. So all is working well on the HTC as far as GPS is concerned. So hopefully those settings will be useful to you. As I say, I've found it quite tricky at times getting Bluetooth GPS to work on Pocket PCs at the best of times, and there all seems to be different ways with each machine to get it to work, but that's the way I've got it working on the HTC Touch. The other useful piece of Bluetooth connectivity is for use with ActiveSync. Now obviously the standard is that you connect your PC to the HTC or any other Pocket PC normally by USB cable, and of course not only do you get your data connectivity for ActiveSync, but also it charges the device at the same time. So really cable is probably the better option. It's certainly the less complicated option, but it is actually occasionally nice to be able to put that cable to one side and synchronize your computer with your Pocket PC wirelessly using Bluetooth. And if I just run up ActiveSync here, I actually sync with two computers, one at work and one at home, and on both of those machines I have a Bluetooth receiver, and I have set this up, the HTC Touch, I've set it up to connect to both of them, not only by USB cable but also by Bluetooth. And for Bluetooth you do need to start the connectivity ideally from the Pocket PC. If you're using a cable, then you just plug the cable straight in and you automatically get a connection. So with Bluetooth you just click the menu button and then simply click connect via Bluetooth. You don't have to choose which machine because it'll look for one or the other of them, and I'm only a few feet away from my machine here, and there we go, it's connecting up and user authenticated, and away it goes. It's now quite happily synchronizing. Very quick, very simple. The other thing is, of course, is that you can close that down. It's still a little bit slow because it's still trying to do the synchronization. There we go. And you can actually even press the button to switch the machine off. Really, you're not actually switching it off entirely, you're just closing down the main screen, but that is still synchronizing via Bluetooth. It hasn't actually stopped entirely. And that, okay, let's have a quick look at the inbuilt camera. As you can see, the camera is a 2 megapixel camera. There's no flash though. The easiest way to start the camera is just to simply press the camera button, which I'll show you now. I'll press that. The two phone keys there illuminate, and there you go, there's the camera in operation. And up here you've got different options which you can alter using the D-pad. So at the moment it says photo, and that can change to video. That goes on to MMS video. Contacts picture. That's useful because you can take a photograph of somebody and use that photograph as part of your contacts manager for your phone, which is quite a nice facility. And also, of course, by doing that, it means it's not going to be taking too large a picture. And then you go on to a picture theme, which not really bother with that. Sports mode for taking images of fast moving people, no doubt. And burst, which is taking multiple pictures. There's different resolution settings which you can all control by touch. Storage, resolution, white balance, your EV, and also self timer. There's lots of facilities. Okay, that's it for this one, and I think in the final part 4, what I'll do is just sum up my personal views of this machine, and until then, thanks very much for watching. Cheers.